All right, welcome back to UFC 272 post-fight reactions, I guess. Lane Carson?
Yes.
Yes. For this event, we went on Caesar Sportsbook and actually got bet $20, get $300 in free bets, so we used those. I was 4 for 4 on UFC picks. I had Kevin Holland mixed with Marina Rodriguez, parlay that hit. RDA, Bryce Mitchell, and Colby Covington, that hit. Colby by decision, that hit. And Dustin Jacobian and Umar Nurmagomedov hit. And Carson had that too.
And my 4-leg parlay that I was telling you about yesterday was Dustin Jacoby, Umar Nurmagomedov, Kevin Holland, and Colby Covington, and that hit.
Boom. It was a night of the favorites. We have been down to Dubuque probably for the last couple pay-per-views, and underdogs have won most of the fights, and the card started off with like 4 out of 6 underdogs winning. I was getting nervous, and then the favorites took over in the main card.
So you want to start with the first fight and talk about what happened?
Jacoby or Colby?
Jacoby.
Sure. Yeah, we can work our way up. So yeah, we had the Jacoby and Umar parlay. So Jacoby,
He won a decision, 29-28, I believe. He lost the first round and came back and won the last 2.
made us nervous.
Absolutely.
I mean, he had the better like diverse striking set, but he kind of just sat in front of the left hand and he got hit. Still felt good. I recommended him pick to another guy I was sitting next to, and he picked him, so that was cool. Going to the second fight, we didn't have action in this one.
Yeah, Klein and Smith.
It wasn't a great fight. I mean,
Not really. They just
a lot of fence fighting.
Klein just pushed him up against the fence and had him there for most of the fight.
I guess this was a split decision victory. I didn't realize that. Maybe when we were live, we don't have the audio a lot of times in the casino, so we can't hear it.
Then Tim Elliott and Togeer Willamekov. This was Tim Elliott won. Interesting decision, I thought.
Yeah, I
thought Togeer won the second and third round.
Yeah, we kind of agreed on that, and then I was actually trying to hit the live odds on Tim Elliott in the middle of the first round, and that was at like plus 375, and then I almost got it, and then the odds closed, and then I thought he was going to lose at the final decision, and he ended up winning. But yeah, I didn't have any money that ended up on it, but kind of a crazy fight.
Yeah, Khabib was in his corner, Togeer's corner.
Upset. He was freaking out.
Yeah, he was mad that there was a questionable knee that Tim Elliott had.
There's glove grabs the whole fight.
Yeah.
I think he might have had some other shit.
Yeah, it was a dirty fight.
But
then
I guess it's fucking fighting.
Umar Nurmagomedov and Brian Kelleher. That was pretty quick submission by Umar. He had some nice kicks to start. Umar did, and then took him down and got the rear naked choke.
So I had Dustin Jacoby by points on FanDuel, as well as Umar by submission, and both of those went through on a little $1 bet. And I do a lot of these little $1 method of victory parlays, and they get really high boosted odds. Kind of fun to follow. There's not much risk. And I mean, that was like such a reassuring fight. I think he came out and we were like,
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous.
Yep, that was a pretty quick fight.
Marina Moroz and Marina Agapova. I picked Agapova in a parlay. I think after the first 2 minutes, I could tell she was going to lose. I don't know if I regretted picking Agapova. I mean, I just didn't know really Moroz's full skill set, and I thought Agapova was a better grappler, but I guess not.
Yeah. Moroz took her down and dominated the fight pretty much, and submitted her in round 2.
It's kind of hard to have action on these like chicks fights, especially when you don't. You hear the hype behind one person. She's got like a viral knockout here or there and some good submissions. And then the other girl's been inactive for a little bit. And then you kind of steer into a fight not knowing where you stand.
Yeah.
Next fight was just fucking stupid.
Yeah, the fight of the names you can't pronounce.
Kennedy versus Nikolai. We'll just say their first names. This is like the series we're judging. I thought was gonna really fall off the edge after this happened, because we scored it. Nikolai round 1, right? Did you give it round 1, Nikolai?
Yeah.
And then rounds 2 and 3 to Kennedy.
But he had an eye poke in round 3, and they took a point away from him.
So
it should have been a draw.
yeah, should have been a draw. And the last round, even so, Kennedy kind of kicked the shit out of Nikolai, and it could have been a 10-8, but they didn't score a 10-8. So I thought either draw or Kennedy barely slims by, and they gave it to Nikolai. We didn't have any action in this fight. I was fucking glad I didn't have anything in this fight. Neither fighters were that active, and I'm starting to think, like we say for heavyweights, don't bet on light heavyweights, or at least certain light heavyweights.
Then Marina Rodriguez and Yaun Zawan. Jan took the first round, and then Marina took the last 2, in my opinion. But Marina won a split decision.
Yeah, I thought Marina was punching a lot of air in the first round, even though the stream cut out for a little bit, thanks to Dana. And then Marina just had the higher output in the later rounds. This was probably the most nervous I got during the night for a decision. It wasn't super clear if Marina absolutely secured round 2. But in the end, she got me my money.
Yes. And I also had her in a parlay.
And I think she might move on to get the next title shot. Or
yeah, after Rose and Esparza, Carla Esparza.
And I don't know how well Rose would do against her. I mean, I think in the first 2 rounds, Rose might poke her apart, like kind of how Jan was, and then volume might take over from Marina and like aggression, and she might take some more of the fight.
Then next fight, the featured prelim was Jalen Turner and Jamie Malarkey. And Jalen Turner pretty much dominated this entire fight and knocked him out in round 2.
Yeah, I think we talked about what was going to happen. We didn't have any action in it. Jalen kind of fights at range really well. He's super calm, and Jamie likes to make it a dogfight. And Jalen kind of took the dog out of him a little bit, even though he took a lot of shots.
Yeah, Jamie took a lot of shots in the first round and then was finished off in the second round.
I don't know if he's an Aussie or New Zealand, but those fuckers from that area are tough as shit.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about the legendary bet in the next one.
And then to start the the main card was Greg Hardy and Spivak. That was weird.
It was funny.
Yeah. Greg Hardy. You can't trust that guy.
Well, yeah, rule don't bet on heavyweights, but we wanted to have some fun. I mean, no one really likes Greg Hardy, but he's so big that we wanted to bet on him by knockout.
Yeah.
Just for the fucks of it.
If he connected with one punch, he probably would have knocked him out.
And then I think it was like a minute into the first round, Spikav does a hip throw on him.
Yeah, I already took him down and got on full mount and then just pounded away.
Me, you, and Dylan look at each other and we're literally like, yep,
yeah,
there goes money.
Yeah, don't bet on heavyweights.
Especially Greg Hardy.
Yes. And then the next fight was Kevin Holland, Alex Oliveira. And Kevin Holland won second round knockout.
A lot of leg kicks. See here, he connected every single one of his leg kicks. It says he didn't miss one.
He lost the first round, probably.
He got taken down once or twice.
Oliveira had some nice leg kicks in there, too.
Yep, it says Oliveira's 8 for 8 on leg kicks. He had 2 takedowns. He came towards the submission attempt, and then Holland gave the double thumbs up.
Yeah, that was to end the first round.
I think Holland, he's gonna struggle with like they were saying, like it's a different speed at welterweight. I mean, he's obviously got the win, but there's a lot of wrestlers in this division and a lot faster fighters, better cardio fighters. So, but felt good to secure a big favorite again.
Absolutely.
For picks. Moving forward, Thug Nasty.
Yep, Bryce Mitchell and Barbosa. Mitchell absolutely dominated him. He knocked him down with a strike. Mitchell did, and what round was that in? Was that in round 1 or 2?
That was round 1.
And he was ground control pretty much the entire fight.
I thought if the fight went past the first round, Bryce would win, and Bryce pretty much won the first round, so it felt pretty securing. Beforehand, I think yesterday we said we didn't want to bet on this fight.
Yeah,
but I was
staying away from it.
I was like, I want to follow this hype train. I want to have some fun with this.
Yeah, he's a good guy to root for.
Dominant victory. I wonder what his next matchup will be, because Edson's 10, right? He's something high. If you're looking at...
I'm not sure where he's ranked.
If you're looking at featherweights, Bryce is 11, Edson's 10. Next fight for Bryce could be Giga. I don't know if he's going to fight up the ladder. He's still super young. I'd like to see him have more time. Maybe Josh Emmett. I don't know if they'll push him to Calvin Cater. But I think
Giga would be a good matchup for him.
Giga would be a good one because it's a lot like the Barbosa thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Giga's got better takedown defense on the cage, maybe.
Then the co-main event was Rafael Dos Santos and Moicano.
Odds were way stupid for this fight.
I think RDA was a minus 190.
It was minus 164 on FanDuel, I think, and minus 190 on Caesars. And, I mean, he should have been a minus 500 favorite.
Yeah. I took him at 190 at the last minute, right before the fight, and he took Moicano down pretty much every round and had a bunch of ground control.
Brutal ground and pound.
Moicano's eye was nasty.
I mean, I said yesterday we didn't need 5 rounds of it, even though it was entertaining. I thought it was going to be a little bit worse.
Well, Moicano came around in the last round, and
that felt like it felt like Volkanovski Ortega, where Volkanovski beat up Ortega for 4 rounds, and then Volkanovski didn't want to murder him, and he wanted to just get his W, and RDA kind of did the same thing in Moicano, got some strikes off.
And then the main event is Colby Covington and Jorge Mazvidalan. This pretty much went as expected. Colby won via decision. He pretty much dominated the entire fight.
I mean, I don't want to say I wish I put more money on it because I got the free bets, but I kind of wish on FanDuel I would have done by unanimous decision or just by decision because pretty evident.
Yeah.
The knockdown, I think people overreacted to. It was a heavy shot.
But Colby still
he went to a
won
knee.
that round.
He went to a knee, popped right back up, smiled in his face. I don't think he gives a damn.
Yeah, he doesn't. Beast.
And then he walked him down a minute later, peppered him with shots. I mean, there's a lot of takedowns in the fight. I mean, he just completely controlled him.
Yeah.
What's next for each of them? I mean, chaos. I think he should take some time off and just wait for the next shot, or not shot. Just some other fighter, because I want to see him versus Leon, him versus Gilbert, or him versus Hamzat, and they're all kind of waiting for their shots.
Yeah.
So once Gilbert Hamzat happens, maybe take the loser of that fight, or Gilbert if he wins. I don't know.
Yeah, Dana said after the fight, whoever wins the Gilbert Hamzat fight is gonna make sense for them to have the next title shot.
I think if Gilbert has improved striking, he could beat Usman. Like, he had some good striking in the first round, but then he couldn't get off Usman's jab.
And he got knocked out from a jab.
Yeah. And then, I mean, for Masvidal, punk.
Yeah, I don't know
Fraud.
where he goes.
I mean, there's probably like 50 people around us in the casino, and maybe 4 people in there were cheering for Colby Covington, so people don't have much knowledge, I don't think, of this fight. I mean, obviously Masvidal's got a lot of hype behind him, but Masvidal signed a new contract. He did before the fight because he wanted to secure money while he could, while he still has some value. I think you got to do BMF fights with Jorge just to keep it at this point. You know,
yeah, they should have had that title up for this fight.
We talked about the Kevin Holland fight. Remember, like if he would have fight Kevin Holland for the BMF, or he's gonna redo it with Nate Diaz. I mean, I'm not super.
Yeah, Masvidal and Holland would be a good fight.
It'd be a great fight because they both. I mean, like,
stand
the press
down.
conference would be great. I mean, I actually Jorge would just be stupid the whole time, but
yeah, that'd be dumb.
But the press conference for Holland would be great. I mean, he'd just be laughing all the time. And I don't know what would happen in that fight. But money seems to be good with Colby. I mean, I think the odds are always like people are kind of against him on the sports books. So it was a good win. I think I profited. I profited $250 on Caesar Sportsbook. I think I'm down like 20 on FanDuel after last night, and didn't really do too much else.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was UFC 272 post-fight reactions. Good night for the boys. Good night for chaos. Ice, ice, ice. All right, lady, y'all.